that right. Alright, bet. Alright. That noise right there.
Agatha is carrying by using one that is smaller than the prop used in the rest of the film, simply because it looked better to have Saoirse Ronan carrying a smaller painting. Sometimes an editor might break continuity in a noticeable way for a narratively motivated reason. I've talked before about how Joe Walker does this in Dune to help clue us into the fact that we're transitioning in and out of visions that Paul is having. Jump cuts are a type of intentional continuity break in time that can be used for a narrative reason. In this scene from The Irishman,
Hello? Joe. Joe?
the jolt of broken visual continuity helps convey how emotionally disjointed the moment is for the character. But they can also just be a stylistic approach to cutting a scene. This technique originated with the French New Wave directors like Godard in the 60s, but in the 90s you can find it being used in the NBC network police drama procedural Homicide: Life on the Streets.
Rick Goray, he was driving a black 280Z or a $60,000 custom Lotus.
And today it's commonly employed in all kinds of movies. In many Jackie Chan films, you can see continuity broken when the same stunt is shown from multiple angles in quick succession, and you can often find continuity intentionally broken to create a kind of surrealism. If you want a masterclass in this kind of editing, watch the wonderful surrealist short film Meshes of the Afternoon. But you can also find this surrealist broken continuity in much more mainstream work, like in the dream sequences you see in The Sopranos. Although there is, I guess, the question of whether or not this is actually a break in continuity or just a continuous depiction of a dream space that has no continuity. It is possible to push these boundaries even further. Across Terrence Malick's filmography, continuity becomes more and more abstract. Sometimes we can see two characters that are facing each other in a scene, both have the sunlight positioned directly behind them. In this scene from A Hidden Life, a single conversation seems to have no continuity of location. The conversation takes place inside and outside and all around the church, with no clear indication of when or how the characters are moving between these locations. Harmony Korine, aka Darkside Malick, also does something similar in his films.
She's 16 years old. She doesn't know what love is. She's too young to get married.
She's 22, Moondog.
Even 22, whatever.
In Spring Breakers, when these girls are planning a robbery, their conversation happens non-linearly across several different locations. This way of constructing a scene is more impressionistic. Are we seeing a fractured memory? Does this represent the effects of the drugs the characters are consuming? Or is it giving the impression that these conversations might have happened multiple times over the course of different days or meetings? Christopher Nolan also pushes the boundaries of continuity of time in many of his films. But breaking continuity can go even further than this. These filmmakers like Malick, Korine, and sometimes Nolan are occasionally almost crossing the line into what film scholars call non-continuity editing. David Bordwell says, "Powerful and pervasive as it is, continuity style remains only one style, and many filmmakers have explored other editing possibilities. The idea of a continuity error, as we understand it, presumes that the film is trying to portray continuous action from one shot to the next, and that this continuous action is what conveys the story and the film's meaning. Non-continuity editing starts with a different assumption. In the early 1900s, when what we call continuity editing was being invented and slowly adopted as the language of mainstream cinema, there were other filmmakers who were exploring entirely different ways of thinking about editing. Instead of using multiple shots to create one continuous action across a scene, these filmmakers sought to convey the meaning of their story through the symbolic relationship between disconnected shots. Here's one famous example. In Sergei Eisenstein's 1927 film October, he shows a new provisional government coming to power in Russia. When it does, the Russian soldiers begin to celebrate, thinking they'll no longer be fighting in the war. But the government decides to keep fighting, and Eisenstein depicts it like this. He shows the government delivering a notice, then bombs falling on soldiers in trenches, and then he intercuts between the soldiers looking up into the air in fear and the large iron wheel of a cannon descending from the sky. These two actions of the iron wheel and the soldiers looking upward have no established relationship within time and space within the action of the story. But the symbolic relationship here is pretty clear. It's as if the soldiers are being crushed by the iron wheel of a war machine. Another example of non-continuity editing can be seen in the work of Soviet filmmaker Dziga Vertov's 1929 film Man with a Movie Camera. Here the story is told not by following the continuity of action of a single character or group of characters, but instead with a montage of images that construct meaning through how the shots relate thematically and symbolically. In Man with a Movie Camera, the story represented happens on the scale of the community. This style requires the viewer to do a certain amount of decoding. The viewer must see the meaning in the relationship between the shots, rather than in the actions of the individuals within the story. In non-continuity editing, though, it's not just the thematic relationship between the shots that matters, sometimes it's also the rhythmic or visual relationship between the shots. When I edited my experimental film Labyrinth Ion, I was essentially experimenting with non-continuity editing, trying to find these kinds of connections in unrelated pieces of abstract. When we think about establishing a character at the start of a film,
Why
we
did
probably
I-
first
why
think
did I
about
do
what we
that?
can learn through
Should've never put my
dialogue,
controller.
exposition, or performance. But The Graduate uses
crazy.
cinematography to help us understand the main character's mental state.
Hold on.
Here, Benjamin is framed as if he's underwater, and pressing in from the outside, visually confining him, are his parents.
Anything wrong?
After this shot, we cut directly to Ben's graduation party, and we never get an establishing wide shot
Grab
of
the
the party.
D-pad later.
Instead, we just see a long telephoto shot that tracks with Ben as adults from the party push into the frame from every
Actually,
side.
gotta pause it.
In just a few seconds, we
This
can
is drum
already
pattern.
understand and feel the pressure Ben is under. He tries to escape, but is
Jeez, does that shake the screen, bro? Hold on. How about we do this? Three months ago. Hold on. Oh, he upset, bro. Alright, here we go.
located a green Kaiser Fraser from the hot sheet. Address is 6 West 2nd Street. Get over there, see what you can find out. Go on. Sorry to inconvenience you.
We're on it, Captain. I swear the more vet cars we bring in, the longer the hot sheet gets.
It pays the rent, though. Keeps Mrs. Phelps in the manner to which she's accustomed.
I'm not sure she'd agree with you.
Passionate,
Hey.
romantic type like you, Cole? I don't believe it.
Can you drive to this one?
Wait, what happened?
They're calling her the Dahlia now. Wonder what Veronica Lake makes of that one.
What a case. You hear whether they're making any progress?
But Captain Donnelly seems to think they have it all wrapped up. Brown and Green are sweating this Manley character. I heard it'll be in front of a grand jury by next week.
Poor thing. Terrible enough being murdered like that without having his death
Registration taken.
strewn all over the front pages.
That's the car, Cole. Just pulling out of the drive. Get it. Remember, we need him healthy enough to answer questions.
1247, Detective Phelps, requesting immediate backup in pursuit of a stolen green Kaiser Fraser from 6 West 2nd Street.
Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out. Lay into his wheel arches. Come on.
Where? How?
All right. Maybe I was a couple miles over the speed limit.
Get bracelets on him, Phelps. I'll call it in.
Car 11K to KGPL. Suspect in custody requires
Oh,
transport
what?
back to Central Station. Requesting a patrol unit.
Roger on that 11K. Out of the car now! Why did you run from us?
I saw a big car in my rearview mirror with two tough guys bearing down on me. What would you do?
What's your name?
Cliff Harrison.
You're under arrest.
For what? What are you talking about?
Nice try. I'm talking about the car being stolen.
You're out of your mind. I bought the car, and I've got the paperwork to prove it.
Looks like we'll have some questions for the people at Coombs Automotive.
Dang. Robot a stolen vehicle.
You purchased this car from Coombs Automotive Company?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And the ownership papers?
From the same place.
If this is a forgery, it's top-notch. This will need to be traced.
Okay.
You have a criminal record, Mr. Harrison?
No, nothing like that.
All right.
You expect us to believe you.
Is that so much to ask?
Bro, what?
Who did you deal with at Coombs Automotive?
The owner, Richard Coombs.
And he made out the bill of sale personally?
Of course he did. He kept a facsimile for his records. Check with him.
Okay.
We're going to get to the bottom of this, Harrison. Until we do, you're going downtown.
You gotta be kidding me. I'm getting arrested for buying a goddamn car?
If everything is legit, Harrison, you'll be out soon. Until then, if I were you, I'd keep my mouth shut.
Bag his possessions as evidence and have him arraigned for Grand Theft Auto.
Right, Detective.
Do you know who my father is?
Oh, God.
We need to get to Coombs Auto and check out Harrison's story.
You know what? I think he's telling the truth.
Some of the most convincing people you will ever listen to are born liars. Usually they're called politicians.
You're gonna kill someone! The paperwork all looked above board, and he seemed like a clean-cut kid.
Uh-huh. Well, I get it now. You see some kid who's basically you 5 years ago and assume he's got to be innocent.
I'm more than happy to be proved wrong.
Hey, if he'd been black or Hispanic, you'd be singing a different tune. You spout all this communist crap about treating everybody the same, but it only works one way.
I'm not sure that's communism, Stefan.
Oh, God, please. Not another history lesson from the man who single-handedly won the war.
Are you finished?
Yes, I feel much better now. We'll shake down the car dealer and take it.
You know, this isn't a tank, Phelps.
Both presiding over the adjoint session. Each receives a
Yes,
Everybody going
I feel
so
much
slow.
better. We'll shake
So
down the
much
car
traffic.
dealer and take it from there. Unless his daddy
It's
plays
like,
golf with you.
why there's so much traffic
In
in
which
this,
case, we'll give
this
him a firm
universe?
gentleman's handshake and be on our way.
See? I knew you weren't finished.
Each group of our population has its own responsibility. It is up to industry not only to hold the line on existing prices,
Trying to look at the map and
but to make
drive.
reductions whenever profits
not
justify such action. It is up to labor to refrain from pressing for unjustified wage increases that will force increases in the price level. This is an age when
Not another step. I have got a Buick Century sedan that would be absolutely perfect for you.
Bro, why is everybody
Detective Phelps, LAPD, are you the owner?
That's right. Richard Coombs at your service. You looking to trade in a black and white, boys?
Mr. Coombs, we're investigating an auto theft. A man by the name of Cliff Harrison claims he bought the car here.
Well, some people would say that my cars are a steal. That's a joke, son.
Very amusing, Mr. Coombs.
I remember Harrison. It was a green two-tone Kaiser Frazer, if I remember rightly.
Do you have the bill of sale?
It's in my office. Walk this way.
What is good, buddy?
That's a joke too, son.
Phelps, you mind if I shoot this guy? He's getting on my nerves.
Are we supposed to look around first? Nah, there's no clues to find here. Right? What are we supposed to do there?
Here it is. Got the original pink slip there too.
Gene Archer, 146 North Fremont Avenue. Harrison's purchase receipt was legit, at least.
Wait, so what we doing?
We have a couple of questions.
All right, fellas. Shoot.
Can you tell us how you came to buy the car?
Girl just wandered in right off the street.
Okay.
Nothing unusual about the car.
Not really my usual type of vehicle. The price was certainly right, though. Nice girl, but about as sharp as a bag of wet mice.
Did you pay with check or cash?
A check. She wanted it made out to cash, but I insisted. Man has to watch his cash flow.
What name?
I made it out to Gene Archer on the Bank of Arcadia.
Can you describe this Gene Archer?
Brunette, maybe 25, 26. A little on the plump side, but not bone ugly.
What was your impression of her?
Kind of harried and harassed, in a hurry to go somewhere, but no place to go. You get to know the type.
Do you know anything about the company that prints these pink slips?
Nope. Should I? It isn't exactly my business.
These pink slips are leading us to something big, Coombs. It's time to stop being cute.
I'm going to assume you're having a bad day, son. I sell cars, not paper.
Dang.
When
I
exactly
missed
did
it.
you hand over the check?
Hold on.
Close of play on Friday.
Why didn't you pay her cash? You knew the car was dirty.
I had an inkling. When people are in a hurry for money, always pay by check, son. Gives you a couple days to back out.
This was all above board.
Yes, of course it was.
Did this look legitimate to you, Coombs?
I'm in used cars, son, not bearer bonds. In my business, you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Now don't come on all high and mighty with me if you want my help.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Coombs.
Okay.
We need to continue the investigation.
4 out of 5.
Hope you
ain't
sort
bad.
out your problem with Mr. Harrison. Go easy on him, son. Boy's about as sharp as a bowling ball. He's built too low. The fastballs fly over his head.
Let me shoot this guy, please. You have a pleasant day, Mr. Coombs.
Well, Harrison might be off the hook, but we can still run an APB on Gene Archer. Get on the horn and call it in.
Hold on. Excuse me, girl. Yeah. Bro, what is going on? It's crazy. There's people crashing over there. Okay. What? What's going on? Just play with some sounds up there. I don't know. But I want to try it. Definitely gonna.
You're behind the wheel. All right. Where to? You know the way. You can drive.
Do we know where we're going?
Here's a chicken and egg question for you. Do you think you have to be an asshole to sell cars? Or that selling cars turns you into an asshole?
You've got it in for everyone today, haven't you?
I've always got it in for car sales. Doesn't matter what they use. And why do they always think they're comedians when they're about as funny as a heart attack?
Maybe the more annoying they are, the quicker you sign on the dotted line, just to get the hell out of there.
11K to KGPL. Request an APB on Gene Archer. Age approximately 25 on suspicion of grand theft auto.
Empty. Should have known that Archer Broad would have given us a false address.
KGPL calling car 11K, 11K,
11K, go ahead.
11K, go to Central Station. James Velasco held on suspicion of GTA. Awaiting questioning. Possible link to the Harrison case. 11K, go to...
Roger that, Kate.
Goddamn wedding.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Marquee Printing Company.
Marquee Printing Company, sure. Just a moment. Aliso Street, near San Pedro.
Any messages?
A James Velasco is being held at Central Station on suspicion of GTA. Possible link to the Harrison case. They're waiting on you to conduct the interview.
Thanks. You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
So where you want to go?
And what can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm a traffic detective from Central Division. Who's in charge here?
I am, Gordon Lightfall. What's this about?
We understand that your company prints California vehicle titles.
Yes, I have the government contract to print pink slips. Have done for some years.
Have you had any goods or equipment stolen recently? We're running up against stolen cars with seemingly legitimate paperwork.
Not recently. Have you ruled out forgery? There's no shortage of talented artists in this town.
We'll keep it in mind.
What are we doing? Okay. So what are we supposed to be doing? Oh, so we're out.
You can drive. Where are we going?
Wait, ain't that where we are? What? What are we supposed to do here? I'm confused, bro. Where's the... Like, is this man getting me records or what? Who printed it?
Not much help.
Can I go behind here? I don't get it, fam. I don't get it.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes. And where exactly are we going? Can you drive to this one? What do you think? Sounds like James Belasco was picked up the same as Harris.
Let's get down to Central and hear his excuse.
Leave skin really fresh and sweet, and you feeling exquisitely clean from head to foot. Just try the Hollywood Beauty Bath with Pandora, and you'll see why. Pandora.
You're taking the next left.
Creamy, active lather that's soothing and gentle on your skin. Why, Pandora is 7 ways better than old-style floating soaps. Take a tip from Hollywood. Make Pandora your daily bath soap.
KGPL to any unit. 459 there now at 267 South Main. Unit to handle code 2 identified.
Now that's thrifty. With its flower-like fragrance, it's a Hollywood secret. Ask your grocer for Pandora brand soap today.
Detectives, Belasco is prepped and ready in 2. Another stolen car with legit papers.
Thanks.
Crummy bastard.
What, bro?
James Belasco?
I want a lawyer. It's my car and I got the proof right here. Take a look for yourself.
Not another one, bro.
The paper is real enough, Belasco, but the car isn't yours. This pink slip is a forgery. Where were you taking the car, James?
Blow it off, greenhorn. You'll get nothing from me.
So, legitimate pink slip. Okay. Harrison's ownership papers. Legitimate pink slip. I mean, yeah, bad cop.
You're a two-time loser. If you don't give me something, I'm gonna ask the DA for the maximum. You're looking at 10 years, Belasco. Kiss your youth goodbye.
I want a deal.
Keep talking and we'll see what sort of deal you're worth.
My job is to drive the cars out of state. Nevada, Arizona, sometimes New Mexico. With the paperwork they provide, it's normally a breeze.
Does the name Jean Archer mean anything to you?
Nope. Never heard of her.
Okay. Should log in. I feel like I mean, man, it's gulping like crazy. Alright. I hate these, bro.
You want my partner here to convince you that you do know her?
I'm giving you the straight dope. I don't know no Jean Archer.
Alright, bet.
What happens to the cars once they cross over the state line?
I don't know. I just deliver them.
I got nothing to accuse today. Okay.
Give me something, Belasco, or I'll take you back to the cells and tell the whole station you're a child molester. How long do you think you'll last?
Okay, okay. I hear you. The cars get sold in Chicago or back east. Sometimes I bring back cars coming the other way.
Where do you pick up the cars, Belasco?
Warehouses. Mainly in East downtown.
Alright.
Come on, Belasco. You must have an address.
That's not the way they work. They keep moving around, never the same address twice.
You had a chance to
What?
cooperate, Belasco. See you in 10 years when you get out.
You're Phelps, right?
Yes, I am. Look, can we do this later? I'm in the middle of it.
Ray Pinker. I'm with Technical Services. The pink slips are all real.
Yes, we know that.
There's only one company that prints them in California, the Marquee Printing Company. They've confirmed that the numbers are legitimate.
You've checked them out?
Sure. They're on Aliso Street, near the corner of San Pedro. The guy I spoke to was Lightfall.
This
Gordon
doesn't make any
Lightfall.
sense.
Here, I wrote it down.
Thanks, Ray. This is a great lead. We'll get down there as soon as we can.
Wasn't that where we just were? So we were there too early?
Phelps, your GTA suspect, Jean Archer, spotted by a patrolman. Western Union office, 253 South Hill. Less than a minute away down the street if you run. Go! She won't hang around.
Where's she at? No.
Come on! We don't want to lose her!
Where's she at?
LAPD. We'll take it from here.
God damn it. Everyone's against me. Look, just let me get my money and get out of here, okay?
What?
You look sweet. How about giving a girl a break? That could be very nice.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Miss Archer. Stefan, call for black and white.
Just my luck to get the only hair sure cop in the LAPD.
The car you sold to Coombs was stolen, Miss Archer.
Yeah.
There won't be any money.
I handed over all the right paperwork when I sold it, Buster.
You're lying, Jean.
You want to prove that, Buster? Try and prove that pink slip is not real. Look, this is all just a big mistake. I don't want to talk anymore. Just let me go.
What?
How
How
long
is
have you
that
and
not
Velasco been
proof?
delivering cars?
Who is James Belasco?
He's your boyfriend. He's the guy you boost cars with. He gave you up. He thinks you're so dumb you'd steal a free sample.
So I'm no genius. I make the best with what I've got. Why are you so cruel?
You decided to make this hard on yourself, Jean. Let's see how you handle the hard time.
Bruh. Alright, y'all. I think I got enough there. We are chilling, man. Making some good stuff lately. So it's gonna be up. It's gonna keep getting better and better. Keep increasing. Keep, get more stuff. Bag is increasing. Everything is looking good. So eventually we be there, But appreciate everybody, bro.